A very happy new year to you if you're just watching this video for the first time, and thank you for watching our previous one. But before I go on to the body of what I want to talk about today, I'd like to quickly say that if you love what we're doing, if you've gotten some knowledge from what we're doing, kindly share this video with your friends, and then also click on the subscribe button that is either below or above this video. Thank you so much. Now today I'm going to be talking about financial mistake, just about 10 of it that you should not make in 2021. Some of them caught beyond just cash related or core finance kind of mistake, but they affect your personal finance. And I've listed the 10 of them on this scheme. The number one thing I would tell you is that do not participate in Ponzi scheme. Now, a lot of them, because usually when the economy is challenged and when there's chaos like there is, and there seems not to be a way out financially for a lot of people, there's massive inflation. I'm still going to talk briefly about inflation. Prices are going up, the income is not going up at the same pace. People tend to ask themselves, how else can I make money? And because there is demand for potential source of making money, a lot of scammers will actually come up with different schemes to fleece on ignorant people who don't have too much of knowledge. So a lot of Ponzi scheme that will tell you that if you invest 1,000 today, in 2 hours it will give you 1,200, 1,500. If you invest 1,000 today, every month you're going to get 15, 20, 30%. Please do not participate in this scheme, particularly if you're looking at them. They provide ridiculous kind of return. At the same time, they don't have any official license that you can track, and then you cannot understand their business. One of the things I would ask you to do when you're investing in any of those platforms is to ask, what exactly are they doing with that money that you're investing with them? Nobody would invest your money in tangible business and will return it within 1 hour. You know, and I know, even within 1 month, you know, and I know that the chance that is Ponzi scheme is pretty high. A lot of them would say that they are doing Forex. You want to be very careful, because most of them do not do Forex. They actually do Ponzi scheme, and there are plenty of them around. So second mistake you don't want to make is to assume that the economy will get better. There's no indications that says the economy will get better. Hey, I'm not saying I'm not a prophet, but I can see from indicators, and and the figures are there, that we're heading out to another depression, and then we have a lot of difficulty that we have either we need to surmount, from security to stability of the naira to the fact that we're import dependent. All those things are not changing per se. So and then also we've borrowed so much, and we have challenge with our budget and funding our budget and the likes. So what it tells you is that we still headed into an headwind. So when you are planning, do not assume that things are going to get better or things are going to change. Hope is not a strategy in itself. Your preparation, it is. So third mistake you should avoid is not spending on ads. If you're running a business and because you think that things are a little bit tight, you want to actually cut down your advertising budget, you want to cut out your marketing budget, that will be a major mistake. This is a time to actually expand. This is a time to spend more on getting people to know you. That is why I skipped it, because when things are down, that is when most people contract. That is wrong. That is when you should be bullish. Number 4, the mistake is to keep cash. Now, when I say keep cash, I'm not saying you throw away all the cash that you have. There's a portion of it that you are going to keep for emergency. What I generally encourage you as a personal finance person is to say, look, keep 3 to 6 months of your salary as cash. Maybe you can put in a savings account like Saversclub, or you can keep it in your bank if they will give you at least 3 to 4 or 5%. The essence of that is if there are emergencies, you have access to liquidity. You are not expecting much of return in that. But apart from that, every cash you have must be working. There must be investment that you put them into. And I'm just going to talk about some of the investment you should consider, because inflation will still go up, which is why I wrote inflation somewhere here. Inflation will still go. What it means is you're losing money for the cash you keep in bank. So inflation is about 13 to 15% in recent time, thereabouts, about 13% or more. I think it's close to 14% plus or minus. Every year you are losing the relative purchasing power of the cash you keep. So you need to ask yourself, the cash you have that is 100 today, by next year is probably 85. So you want to ask yourself, how can I keep this 100 and scale it in such a way to keep pace with it? So minimize the cash you're going to keep this year. It will be wrong to keep cash. You want to look for assets you can put it in. You can consider real estate. You can consider equity. For those of us who are specialists, you can consider commodities. But for those who might not be knowledgeable about some of those high risks things, I'm still going to talk about issues of risk later. You want to actually approach a licensed fund manager to say, look, can I get 10-12% of it? But you want to make sure your cash is working. You don't want to keep it in the bank no matter what you do, even if you were given the cash free, so that you do not lose it. Number 5, that financial mistake you should not make is to be budgetless. You need to ask yourself what exactly, we can't go into the details of budgeting, but if you don't have a budget for a project, the chance that there will be budget overrun is very high. The same way you budget when we're building, the same way you budget when you're doing a project, is the way you should budget your spending on a monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or annual basis. You should ask yourself, what exactly do I need to spend on now, and who do I need to, including your giving. So you plan it ahead, and then you can reinvest all the other one. Don't just spend and assume that God will find a way of helping you. You need to actually put that plan in place. Even if you overshoot the budget, you know in your heart that yes, you've overshot this budget, and then you're going to work towards to make it up. So do not be budgetless. Number 6 point is not investing in personal development. A lot of people think that they don't have the cash to invest in personal development, so they don't do anything. They don't take courses, they don't read books, even free webinars they don't go to. That would be a major mistake you're going to make in 2021. 2021 will be brand driven, will be knowledge driven. People will need to know you more. You need to be able to deliver quality. So whatever aspect of life where you function, whether in your business, in your relationship, you need to actually invest heavily in personal development. What portion of your salary, what portion of your income is going into personal development? If you do not invest aggressively in personal development this year, it will be a major financial mistake, because it's going to come back to you. At the end of the day, what you get is a function of who you are. I repeat that again. You cannot deliver what you do not have. Your outward manifestation is a reflection of what you have inside of you. So if you're a better person inside, your results are better. If you're more knowledgeable inside, your results are better. This thing very seriously. And then also, the next financial mistake that you should not make is to invest without a thorough understanding of the business that you are investing into. Not just if you want to start a business, if you're investing into anything, any form of investment, you must understand that business. Any business you do not understand and you invest in, what you're doing is you are gambling. Gambling is very simple. You don't know what they do, but you just throw the money in, hoping that you would win something. So you must understand the businesses you are going to invest in, whether for yourself or strictly as an investor. That's one mistake you should not make this year, because a lot of people who are out of job, a lot of people who just decide, look, I cannot cope with the salary I'm earning, I want to start something, would approach you for investment. It might even be you. So when you want to invest, this is what I would generally encourage you to do. Maybe you should even decide to do a bit of an internship somewhere where they do that business, so you can understand it. Every business has a learning curve, and I've learned that in a very bitter way. I've done businesses, I've made that mistake in the past, and it cost me a lot of money. You can learn from other people's experience, or you can learn from your own experience, but I can guarantee you it's cheaper to use other people's experience, and it's actually better. Sometimes it reduces your mistake, it reduces the cost to you. The next one is, the mistake you will make is to miss real estate investment opportunity. Real estate is one of the assets that stay consistent above inflation. And if you look at it, it's going to stay like that for a long time. Go check, in spite of the downward trend in the economy, go and check the prices of land across Lagos. I'm not talking about Lagos now. The prices have remained either stable or have even gone up. And as inflation bites into the cost of material, the cost of real estate also goes up. What it means is, if the house is 50 million today, and then the price of material goes up, if you build the same house tomorrow, you'll probably sell it at 60 or 70 million. Because statistics and history proves it. So please do not miss opportunity to invest in real estate. Whether you're investing in land, whether you're investing in houses, whether you're co-owning houses, you need to even come up with a concept. A lot of people will say, I cannot invest in real estate because I don't have the capital. You don't need to have the capital as a single person. 5 of you can come together, register an entity, and then pool your funds and invest in a particular apartment. You have the apartment on your balance sheet, and then you pool another cash, and then you invest in a second property, and that way you can start building your property portfolio. Get somebody to manage, or one of you would manage. So Please do not miss opportunity to invest in real estate this year. That will be a mistake. Also, you need to understand that digital media, because of coronavirus pandemic, because a lot more people are beginning to work from home, we are waking up to a world that requires that we are savvy when it comes to online activities, when it comes to online transaction, when it comes to online engagement of business. So every business must start asking, how do I engage people online? How do I make my business at least to be enhanced by the digital world that we're imagining to? That is one thing that we need to consider this period. If you do not, it will affect your business. Business landscape is changing, and digital is actually a major component of that change. So you need to ask yourself, how can you go digital? How can the digital world actually enhance your business? So, and then lastly, not understanding the concept of asset allocation. And I've seen it over and over. People just take their money and say, look, I want to invest in that. Somebody who started earning money today, invest in Forex. Somebody who started earning money today, decide I want to invest in private equity without understanding exactly what they need to do. You need to actually understand the concept of asset allocation. Which asset, how much of your cash should you put in fixed income instrument? How much of your cash should you put in equities? Should you put in real estate? Should you not put in Forex? As it is, you need to understand that. For some of you might be interested in learning more about asset allocation. We have a video somewhere. I will provide a link for you that details the concept of asset allocation. And I think we have a mini ebook on asset allocation that you could quickly read. For those of you who don't have access to that ebook, you can request a copy of our book on personal finance, The Money Cost. There's a whole chapter that details the concept of asset allocation. You need to understand that because it's going to save you. This is what I know, that turbulent times will always come, is when you understand that is the nature of life. But when you are prepared, that is when you will survive. I hope these 10 lessons or these 10 mistakes you should not make has been of value to you. I'd like to thank you for listening and getting to the end of this video. And I send a request to receive a copy of our book, The Money Cost, that details that asset allocation. And then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Until I see you next time, have a wonderful, wonderful week.